Today, we're going to finish our notes on constructions. We are going to be able to bisect an angle today. Yesterday, and I should not say yesterday, I should say Friday, we were able to copy a segment, bisect a segment, and copy an angle. So, we left off on this part of the notes right here. If I can get rid of this. Oh my gosh. This part, sorry. Okay, everybody, welcome to class. Copying an angle. Friday, we did this, right? You knew how to copy an angle, and we did number 1, right? Now, if you don't remember how to do this, I'm going to show you how to do number 2 here. I know it's been a little bit since we talked. So, if I can pick up my protractor. All right, here we go. So, if you don't remember, it's on the other side of this page, but your first step when you copy an angle is to draw a segment, put a point. Okay. The second step is to draw an arc on both this angle and then over here at this new vertex. Here's just a forewarning. This is an obtuse angle, so you're going to have to make a very large arc, like on today's assignment when you get to it. So I'm showing you something that's relevant today to your assignment. So I'm going to make an arc. And I'm going to make the same arc over here, very large. Hold on. If your arcs are in the same spot, like over here. Right. The measure of the arc, it could be a bigger or smaller arc as long as these match. That's what matters. That's a good question. Are there any questions at this point? I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. Can everybody please be quiet? No question? You sure? Okay. So everyone's with me so far? You've drawn an arc. This is a step people forget. You have to actually do this step, for sure. You want to measure from this intersection to this intersection. Okay, your pointy point and your pencil point from there to there, because you're going to take that over to this intersection and you're going to make an X. Okay, so this should look more like an X than it does. Okay, so again, your original arc, and then when you measured this and you marked it, it should make an X. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Once you have that X, then you can make a ray through that intersection point. And don't those angles look congruent? They should, okay? Let's try one more together. Question? Like what? Okay, so you want to try this one together? Okay. So we are on copying an angle, and we are on the practice. Do we have any questions? So we're going to do number 3 now. I would like for y'all to quietly work or ask me a question, but you don't need to ask everybody a question, okay? Check it out. Make a segment, put a point, make an arc, make the same arc. This is when you measure from point intersection to intersection. You want to be as close as you can, so let me be there. Okay. So I'm going to take this right here to that intersection point right there, and I'm going to make an X. I have to see that X. If I don't, I'm going to think you just randomly drew a angle, which I see some people doing. I know that's easier to do, but it's obvious to me that you didn't do it right. So, do you see all the marks that I need? Okay, question?
Whenever I go to make the X, find a measure of the X, it makes the same arc.
Did you measure this?
Yeah.
And did you do it from the intersection, not from the end point, but from the intersection?
Is this the intersection right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then no, I didn't.
There you go. All right. Now, you do have to do this today on your assignment, so that's why we're going over this again. Questions are fine and welcomed, but I don't know if y'all got questions. Question, yes.
Why does it happen? How do I make a line out of that?
Okay. Pick up your finger. Yeah. So you're going to draw from the end point of that segment through that intersection. Yeah.
Oh. Well, how come yours faces?
Because you started on this side instead of this side. But it's fine. It's still the same angle. Okay, we have to move on. So hopefully you got that. Let's go to the next page. Bisect an angle. Okay, y'all know what bisect means again? What does it mean? Someone in this class, this pre-AP class, has to know what bisect means, since we talked about it on Friday. To cut in half, thank you. So, you are cutting or dividing it into two equal parts, right? So, if I want to divide an angle into two equal parts, I'm going to do these steps. Draw an arc. Any arc will do. And then from those two intersection points, you're going to draw two more arcs. As long as they're the same, they're going to give you like an X looking thing. And X marks the spot. You're going to draw a ray through the X. Let me show you how it's done. If the last one was troubling for you, you definitely want to be watching me do this one now. So, let's do this. Step 1, draw an arc. Any arc. Questions about that? Got it? Okay. I don't know. Okay. Next step. Make two arcs, and you gotta look. From here and from here. From each of those intersections, you're going to make an arc that's going to make an X shape. So I made an arc out here in the middle. I go to the other side, the other intersection, and I make an arc out there in the middle.
Arcs are making the same measurement, or does it matter?
So these next two arcs can be a different measurement as long as they match. So I could have made this a little bigger as long as these two match. But you should have an X looking thing right here that you can draw a line through that will be a bisector, angle bisector. So if you try to draw an angle bisector without those marks, it will not be correct. Okay? So again, each step matters. Does anyone want me to show you another one? Okay. On the next page, let's try number 1 together, and then you can do 2 and 3, or sorry, 4, and you can do 5 and 6. So step 1, make an arc. Now, you can, if you want, you can make it a little bit bigger, your compass, and you're going to put your pointy point at that intersection, make a mark, and then go to the other side to that intersection and make a mark. Then you just got to draw the line. If I can pick this up. So I want you to try 5 and 6 while I pass these out. I'll do 5 real quick. Arc, arc, arc. Okay, and then 6, arc, arc, arc. All right, so you should be able to bisect an angle. Just a quick recap of all these notes. What did we do on Friday? We are able to copy a segment by drawing a line, measuring the original one, making a mark. If you try to copy a segment without these marks, it's not right. You should also be able to bisect a segment. How do we do it? You draw an arc past halfway, another arc past halfway, connect the intersections. If I don't see those marks, you did not bisect a segment. We reviewed this today, but if you are copying an angle, you must draw a segment, arcs on both, measure this, make your X mark, and then you draw a line through that. And of course, what we just did, bisecting an angle, arc, 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 draw through the X. Okay. So you're going to use those 4 things for sure on the beginning of this assignment, number 1 and 2, and then on the back, you're going to use what you've learned about segment addition and angle addition.